artists! In honor of Easter this weekend, I'm going to show you how to draw a different bunny than I did last week. It looks sort of like this one. I'm also going to show you how to do a wax resist technique with watercolor paints. But remember, if you don't have watercolors at home, you can use anything you have. Don't forget, you can pause the video at any time and post your pictures in the comments. Happy Easter! All right, boys and girls. So to make a bunny sort of like this, we're gonna start on this side over here and we're gonna draw a letter N, and then we'll finish off our face and we'll come around to the hip and finish it with me. Remember, you can change yours up. It does not have to look exactly like mine. So I'm gonna be drawing today with a black marker, but you can draw with whatever you have available to you. I have just plain white paper, and I'm gonna start on the far side with a regular letter N, or an arch shape, whatever you want to call it. So in the middle of that, at the bottom, I'm going to draw my bunny's nose, and I'm just going to make a pointing down triangle and make a little bit of a lip for him. And then to make my bunny's cheeks, I want to come out and around on each side. So from the nose, I'm coming out and around, and then I'll give my bunny a chin. From here, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip over to the body. I wanna make little C shapes for my feet. And then I wanna make a big C shape for my hip, because bunnies have great big back hips, so they can hop really, really far. And a little C shape for my back foot. Then I'm just gonna come around all the way back up to my bunny's head. And I get to draw the super fun tail and just connect these pieces. I'm gonna give my bunny little toes. And now my bunny needs a face. So the one in the sample had the ears down, but I don't really want to do that to this one. I want to make its ears up, like it looks alert and ready to be finding Easter eggs or hiding Easter eggs, whatever this bunny happens to be doing on Easter morning. I'm going to give my bunny eyes. Bunnies have pretty good sized eyes, and I like to draw them kind of an odd shape. I like to make them sort of like they're on the side of its face, because they really are. And so there's my pupil, and here's my iris, which I'll color brown after a while. Then I'm gonna give my bunny some nice big lashes. Kind of windy in my outdoor studio. And then my bunny's missing a pretty important part of its face. It's missing his whiskers. So I'm just gonna give him some freckles first, then some whiskers. If I wanted to give my bunny some buck teeth, I could, but I don't actually want to for this one. And I'm gonna go ahead and focus on my background. I am going to draw an Easter basket to the side of it, just so it looks like it's been filled up. So I'm just going to draw the top. Then I'll draw the bottom portion. I'll draw my basket's handle. And then I'm just going to draw some egg, but I'm not going to draw any that are whole, because they just look like they're piled in there. So then to make it look more like a basket, I'm going to do some T designs that are kind of alternating. Just sort of like that, just to imply that it's a weaved basket. And I'm going to make the handle and the top of the basket with this kind of diagonal line design. My bunny needs a place to be, so I could do anything I wanted for the background, but I'm just gonna do a really, really simple landscape. I'm just gonna draw a horizon line where the ground meets the sky, and I'll just come right over here and continue that. From here, I could do a sunset. I could do eggs in the ground, on the ground, or grass or flowers. I could really do anything I wanted. I do think I'll just do one little flower here. But I actually think I'm gonna leave this one the way it is. When you have your Easter bunny pretty well drawn, I'm gonna show you how to do wax resist with crayons. So I have crayons and I have watercolor paints. And to do this, you just take your crayon and you make marks. I'm gonna make my bunny have brown fur. So I want this to stand out. I wanna make a lot of brown fur lines. Remember, on the face of an animal, the hair pretty much grows out from the nose, but I want to leave my rabbit's cheeks white, so I'm not going to do those. I'm going to do little bitty hairs on the chin. The hairs on animals' faces are generally a little bit shorter than they are on the rest of their body, so I want to make my marks just a little bit shorter. And then the rest of it, I'm not going to be super careful. I just want to get some fur lines on there and all over the backside of my bunny, in the tail. So remember to get lots of color onto your picture before you start painting, and then you just use water and watercolor paints. I've got some nice ones, but some with a lot less colors would be just fine. So when you have this, you want to make sure that you use a lot of water with your watercolor paints. And this is really, it's a little bit more red than what I was thinking. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to find the brown and maybe this tan. And I'm just going to be painting my Easter bunny right over my crayon marks. And you can see that crayon is showing through just beautifully, and it looks like the rabbit has a lot of fur. So I didn't actually finish that last one, but I'm gonna revert back to my previous sample. You can see that I have fur showing where my paint has dried. I did color in the super small spaces with crayon, but you can see the orange showing through on this flower, and it's just got a lot going on because of that wax resist. It's a super fun technique, and don't forget to show me your pictures.